magnetic strum of the Earth is what's causing this transformation in people. So it will take 24 hours. As the sun rises, it occurs locally. So it takes 24 hours to sweep around the planet. And his vision of how it would be was that have real answers. Machines. Sometimes I go, Bray. I can't figure something out. I go nothing would work. To the first everything would begin to even break. Though that might be. And people would just leave their houses in 71, the and stand down the street with tears of joy streaming down their faces, and then had thrown as this telepathic and the net wave comes into being. What's happening is the net tells you what is appropriate activity. The geomagnetic and like the first appropriate activity is this go back into your house and turn so it will take 24 hours. Now unplug the refrigerator. Occurs locally. Now so shut off 24 hours to sweep. And then it would just tell us, and each and every one of us would begin to issue the orders, which within 6 months of following these orders, we would be on our way to the galactic center or something. In other words, appropriate activity would at first be very mundane. Their houses, turn off the gas, and stand turn out the lights, put the key under the mat, and now begin walking west or east then, or whatever it is. This telepathic because each appropriate act shifts the global context in which the next appropriate activity will occur. And so the thing just begins to unfold, and people can turn to the person next to them and say what they could never say, and that person can appropriately react to that rather than inappropriately react. And his vision of it was as though we were to become superconductors. He felt that what our problem is what he called circuit resistance. And he said we're going to turn the circuits into gold or something. And we're just going to become activity would first be very mundane and turn off the gas. It was a physical turn out the lights, perfection. The key under and the mat, he said, you know, that the body can shut off or eat from the world, whatever it that is, you don't need to eat anymore. That you have become the transcendental object in which the and somehow this personal alchemical transformation is a simulacrum of people can turn to the person global collective and say what they could never say. So that was one scenario. Person can the other scenario was to that rather than inappropriately that people would condense out of their body as though an object that everybody would discover themselves to be pregnant in the roof of their mouth. I mean, I just tell it to you. I don't try to make sense of it, right? And he said the Word will be made flesh. And the Word is a physical perfection, rounded, and he said, you know, oval thing that forms in your soft palate that you don't and becomes progressively more painful over 2 or 3 days, and then you drops down onto your transcendental object, and you stick out your tongue and you take it off the end of your tongue. You have given birth to yourself. You can now get rid of your body because all your functions are lodged in this organometallic chelate that you have condensed. And it's like an organically produced virtual reality suit. So that was one would discover themselves. And, you know, then there were others, the ships the size of Manhattan, and I just tell it to you. I don't try to make the name of the game being total transformative scenario in very short order. And the Word is a...
Was it like rounded? I mean, a lot of your talk is like this, like verbal formation or idea.
And becomes progressively painful over 2 or 3 days. No, and then told verbally. When we really got connected into psilocybin, I mean, it is incredible. You sit like this. You can now get rid of your body because all your functions are lodged in this organometallic chelate. It's coming that condensed. It's telling you the stuff that you could never have dreamed of. It's telling it to you conversationally. Say yes. And, you know, then there were others, the ships the size of Manhattan, And the name of the game. The reason then we form out of that, I think, the image of the other, if in fact the other is not just simply present, is because when that's happening, the only thing we know to call that is a conversation. There's no other situation in which you go, Conversation means that somebody has to be at the other end of that, or you wouldn't be reacting that way.
You sit like this.
Yeah, I've had experiences real similar to that, and it was explained to me, and I could see the beings, and they would ask me if that was appropriate, as if they had just formed themselves into something that looked like a robed, higher divine being, or something very beautiful, with blues and purples and pastels and silvery robes, and very majestic and bluish purple auras. And they explained, as far as I can still relate back, because the consciousness was such a higher state that it's very distorted. When I try to remember it, I really